Sure. You never know. Hey, welcome to Stand Up Speakeasy. I'm your host, Sareth Ney, and every episode I bring a comic that deserves their flowers, a spotlight on them. And so, without further ado,
From here.
welcome Michelle Keith. Hey, Michelle, how are you?
No, I don't know where to look. It's so weird. I got to get good at this. Hello,
Mm.
hello, everybody.
It's like
How
a
are you?
Zoom call.
Are you in bed?
I'm in my nook.
Oh, I'm in
Yeah.
my bed technically,
Oh,
but it like I have a what do you call it? The bed frame goes. You can recline it, like you can sit
ah,
in it. Yeah, and it
mm.
vibrates.
Oh,
And it has
fancy.
a light underneath, and it has a phone charger in it.
Good stuff.
I
Good
this.
stuff. Awesome. So, you are based out of Daytona Beach. So what's it like being a comic in Daytona Beach?
Oh, I mean, hello. It requires travel for sure because you can't just.
Yeah.
We have an open mic here. Here, let me turn my TV off. I see the reflection in my glasses. I don't know. Maybe that's the iPad. Do I look like a alien? Uh, well, I have Palm Coast now, St. Augustine, Jacksonville, Orlando, New Smyrna for travel for open mics. Um, but yeah, it revolves. Has to be traveling. I mean, sure, everybody watching this is gonna be like, "Yep, that's the name of the game. Got to find a
Mm-hmm.
microphone, stage time."
Yep. And I wish we had more rooms in Daytona, but it really teaches us to travel and tour though, because like we can handle the road, whereas if we were like in a comedy hub, like their rooms are so close together that they probably
Yeah,
couldn't like, you know,
yeah,
they can just hop on some public transportation or whatever, and then
that would be.
we're
Can you
stuck with a
imagine if we
megabus.
gotta get on the train or something and be like, "Okay, let's go next stop." That'd be so nice.
Uh-huh. That's
Uh,
why I love Chicago so much.
yeah, it was like that.
Yeah.
Carpooling is great.
Mhm.
We've carpooled together. It's been a while.
I know, I miss being your carpool buddy.
I think that one of the first times, wasn't it, we went over to the other bar.
Yep. And
First time
Melbourne
I did
too.
the other bar, I was shaking in my boots.
Yeah.
Back when it was like, I don't know how, I haven't been back since it started up again, but no shade, but it was, I don't know, for also being in Daytona, I'm definitely, I mean, I'm not the only female, but I would say I'm definitely the oldest.
Yeah.
So I try not to be like den mother, but I find myself, leaning into it when I don't mean to.
Indeed. For sure.
Who else would bring brownies to the nog?
Right. And they're not even space brownies, they're just regular
They're
brownies.
regular brownies, yes. I mean, from a box, but I'm not like that. But yeah.
Yeah.
What else? I mean, that's about it as far as just like being from Daytona.
Hmm.
But as far as my comedy journey, we're talking about the nog. I was telling somebody the other night, it still blows my mind. So I'm on my seventh year, which is crazy, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first time I got on stage, I was at Finn's in Flagler Beach. And my dear friend and comedy headliner, booker slash everything, Christy B, was starting an open mic. It was a contest at Finn's, and we had both become single. So we were like, oh, we were like date on the dating apps. All this crazy shit was happening, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna go out to Finn's on a Monday night. See who's in town. Like I'm gonna meet somebody on Finn's on a Monday night. Um, but I wanted to support her, and so nobody came. Like nobody showed up to compete, do nothing, and she comes up behind me at the bar and she's like, you have to go up there, tell the story about the guy with the peg leg, do something because I need my booking fee. Why is this like, oh, here we go. Better? I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, so I did. I went up there and told. I don't even know what I said, but I remember getting a laugh, and then it was like, oh. What's that? And she was like, oh, so I won, you know. And she's like, I got a $50 check. I still have it on my wall in the office. And she was like, well, you have to write 5 minutes. You have to come back and compete in the finals. But I was like, really like, oh, okay, I guess I can do that, you know. So also at that time, you know, when you first get into comedy, you meet so many new people. So I met Derek, and he had a comedy Bible and it was kind of like getting into it too. I think he competed in one of them, and so we were like comedy buddies for a little bit. So he really helped me write some of my first material, but it was obviously related to like what was happening, dating apps. Like that was some of my first material. Um, and then so I'm writing this, right, and I'm like, I find out where there's an open mic. Somebody tells me Zach Bennett is who you need to, you know, contact, and they're like, he's nice, you know. I walked down, went in there, and I walked in because I was like, I used to hang out here in my 20s. Like the Nog used to be O'Malley's back in the day. So I'm talking like, you know, I was in college. We were there like if it wasn't Friday and Saturday night, it was one of those nights. So that was like really surreal. I'm like, I'm walking in here at age 45 to try to tell jokes in front of a crowd for the first. This is crazy to me, you know. So I was intimidated, you know, but now it feels like being in my living room when I'm there. You know, it's kind of like home,
Yeah.
home that needs desperate repair and remodeling.
And that's gonna happen. I know
It's
it.
got its charm, you know.
Yeah.
It's got its charm. So yeah, started doing open mics. Um, did the, you know, that just basically kind of started me off and motivated me to do like whatever, you know. So um but yeah, that's how it started. And then people were telling me about Jackie Knights in St. Augustine, and that she had an open mic contest, and I did that, and I brought a bunch of people, like a lot of people. There were like 18 people in there, and Jackie wasn't there. And I don't know, did I win my week? I might not have, I don't remember. But I got in the car, and before I was a mile down the road, Brian Thomas was messaging me, Jackie wants you to come back, like type of thing, because I had brought the people. So I did compete in the finals and I won. And then I got my first, I won $150. And that when you win that, you win your first feature set. So that propels you to be like, oh, you know, I need my 20, 25 minutes, you know, and you're just like writing, and you're just kind of, oh God, I look back on it now, I didn't realize it, but I was finding my voice. I was, um, uh, what was, I mean, finding your voice, just finding my rhythm, my comfortableness, my confidence is key. So, I feel happy with where I'm at now. Doing 20 minutes tomorrow night in Coco, and I've been running rooms and hosting a lot. So I'm really looking forward to tomorrow night because I feel like I can stretch my stage time. And I was like, you know, putting a set list together um, in my head for the last couple days. This morning I was writing it down, and I realized, oh, I I'm no longer like a couple years ago. I'd have been like, I need to tell every single joke I have, you know, to do this. And I like, oh, I have way more material than I thought I did. So that's encouraging to me, you know. But so I don't know. I mean, what do you, what do you think? Where do you? How long have you been in comedy?
Comedy. 10 years, but 8 years
Yeah,
consistently. Yeah.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Don't you feel like way more comfortable about it than you did, like even in year one, two, and three?
Oh yeah, big time, and just
Yeah, there's
discovering
stuff
my
that just
voice and
kind of
everything.
clicks.
Yeah.
Uh, and you're still continuing to write, right?
I don't write on a journal or nothing. I just write
Mhm.
on stage.
Oh, yeah,
So
no, not me.
Indeed. I just let it come naturally because if I read it like it's just like reading a script, and I'm like I don't want to sound like a robot or nothing, you know. So
Yeah,
it's just like
yeah.
I'm just like throwing stuff against the wall and see what fits.
Well, one of the writing is the hardest thing for me, not necessarily like I can think of the stuff, you know, but putting in form to where you can like communicate it to people where they, number one, are going to laugh at it, but they get what you're saying.
Mhm.
That middle part to me is always the hardest. So I went over, Christy B and I actually, we went over, I don't know, I've done it, we've done it twice, I think. No, I've done it once. But we went over a few years back and did Carmen's class at the Improv. Oh, you get stage time at the Improv, it was all, but that was the first time I really had any kind of technical. I mean, I had the comedy Bible, but being in a setting like that where you are, you're doing an exercise with a group of people and you're getting on that stage, it was just always like everything, every little thing you click can click later or at that time. But so yeah, I like to write. I like to actually hand write long, on notepads. That's just kind of been my process, and I feel like too when I'm writing it, somehow it sticks in my brain better.
Yeah.
So by the trim, by the time you trim it down, you have the one word that makes no sense and all that. But I don't know. That's just how my process is. I'm always interested in how other people get where they are or how they do. Um, but yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I'll probably change my mind 100 times, even as I'm going down there in the car on the way down there. But I'm ready. I'm ready. I feel like a caged lion.
Yeah. Indeed.
But
That's awesome.
let's see what else. So I started actually helping Christy B with shows, just literally to help her, you just set the room up or greet people as they come in. And then it morphed into working alongside her. She was booking shows left and right, working with all kinds of comedians and agents and rooms of all different sizes here and in Tennessee. Um, and I mean, in Florida, I should say, Florida and Tennessee. And that was a whirlwind. That was crazy. So you put Sareth Fest together and you book shows, and I'm pretty sure you do all the same things that like I don't have help, you
Yeah.
know. So it was by gaining all of that experience with Christy, social media marketing, graphic design, doing the flyers, doing email blast, Facebook post, all of that um, is what I'm doing now. So I'm the manager at Jackie Knight's Comedy Club, which is a little bit of a heartwarming, like, it's kind of like you don't know who is going to affect you on your comedy journey along the way. You're going to meet lots of people. Um, you can weed out the ones you don't jive with or whatever, but you have to be nice and professional to everyone. But even going up to Jackie's the first time, I didn't know she wasn't going to be there. But one of the first times I knew I was going to meet her, I was so intimidated. I wasn't scared. I was just like, because I just heard so much about her, and she just has such a history in the field of entertainment. And um, she, now she's like my second mother. She probably hate me saying that. At least I'm not saying grandmother, but she's the same age as my mom, but they're completely different. They couldn't be more different. But I love her to death. So I managed Jackie Knight's Comedy Club, and we originally were at the Gypsy Cab Company, the corner bar for where she was for over 20 years. Um, and I started, basically, she needed a door girl. I need somebody. Susie did the money and the tickets as people working in, and I sat people, and then I got to host. So when you're that newer in your second, third year, and you're just like, yeah, hosting is a great way to get 10 minutes in front on a stage in front of a good crowd, a paying crowd, you know. And so that was all very valuable. And then um, pandemic, we pandemic, and then we did get open, but then like the owner sold the building out from under us and didn't tell anybody, like the whole staff. Like comedy is so weird. Like you hear stories about this, but like I really firmly believe that we were going to show up to open the doors and they would be locked. Like if we had not found out. Like yeah. So then we found a home at Pelican Landing, which is right on the strip down there, downtown, north of the fort. Um, and it just wasn't the right fit. It had a great stage. It was bigger. We were very excited about that, but they also had a very active outside stage and an outside bar, and it just was it didn't jive. So we are now at Amici's Italian food restaurant in the Milano room, which is this beautiful banquet room. This property is huge, great parking lot, and great facility, full bar, full menu. The food's excellent. And I guess we're coming up on our second year this spring. And
Wow.
I'm doing everything for this too. You know, so I book everybody. Oh, so we went from like, we used to be every Friday, Saturday. So it's 8 nights in a month, you know, maybe more if it's a 5-week month. And that was the standard. And now we're two. Where am I? Where? Oh, the camera's over here. We're two. Where is the camera? Because I don't even feel like 2 nights. So I'm booking again the flyers, the social media posts, learning Instagram, reels, stories. You know what I should probably do is open up a Jackie Knight's Comedy Club, just TikTok. Then I could roll people's clips through there. That would be kind of fun. But then, hello, I have to do it too. So I have to
Mhm.
learn. It's still a learning curve for me, you know, with all of it. And so then when it comes to show day, I I have the speaker, the mic stand, the stool, a backdrop. I have table decorations. I have print flyers with the schedule on it to give everyone. I feel like, here we go. I'm still not looking in the right place. Is it the camera? There we go. Maybe. I don't know. Uh, it's going to bother me the whole time.
You're fine. That's perfect just the way
But
it is.
the light, okay, the lights
Mhm.
also. So I'm light girl, sound girl, like everything. It's crazy. So never would I have imagined 7 years ago when I went to my first open mic that this would be, you know, where I'm at now. But I'm very grateful for it. I'm still having a good time. I mean, I do complain, you know, I'm just like, I need some help. But I'm very thankful for it. So what I need to do though is I have to, you know, everything in comedy is a balance. I also run beaches, but so I'm always, I don't want to say I'm stuck, but I'm like host. And so I should be featuring, I should be opening again, you know. So trying to stretch out a little bit and get myself booked around when I'm not having my own show. Cuz now I do beaches in Daytona. Beach is once a month. And that's going pretty good. I mean, I think we're pretty happy there. They seem really pretty happy with it. I've got a little following going. My customers still are like, it's a great show. We had so much fun. We'll see you next time. And I took that room over from Zach Bennett. He had, so here, how's that comedy loophole? Maybe he'll watch this. But it was like Zach Bennett was the first person I ever signed up, you know, to an open mic with, and he was very gracious and nice, and we're great friends now. But then he started this room, and then I'm going off to wherever it was, New Mexico, Los Angeles, wherever he was moving, LA. Um, and he's like, you should take, it's just once a month. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to let it die. Daytona Beach is my hometown. So that that's the other circle, like, so I got my own room in my own hometown, and it never was really something I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I'm doing it. So I'm still having a good time. Have you been to beaches yet?
I've only been as a crowd member, and I took photos for Zach and stuff, but I've never been on stage to perform. So
I
that's a
think your
new.
material is too dirty.
I think so too. But I do have 10 minutes of clean stuff.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was going to say. I thought you did have clean stuff. So maybe we can get you there like January, February.
Works for me.
I'm working on shows. I got dates. I had dates through December, and I've got them. I got the next 3 months. So I haven't booked them or anything, but I did secure that. But yeah, that's I'm getting a total education in putting a comedy show on in any kind of venue,
Mhm.
like literally. On a top roof deck at the Streamline Hotel, um, at breakaways in the back patio area, at the Hilton in a huge ballroom, the Plaza in Daytona with this huge facility ballroom that seats up to 500. Um, Jackie's has morphed from a room that holds 70 to 80. We can hold like 80 to 100 now, but just you learn how to punt, whether it's like, oh, my lighting has to change. How is my sound system in this room? The lighting, I'm obsessed with lighting lately, and I don't really know anything about it. You probably know more about it than I do. Um, it's interesting. Interesting. Beaches, they have a great stage, and they do like live entertainment all the time. But the sometimes the speakers on the back wall aren't working the right way, and I can tell I can stand on stage and look down there and see that they're just kind of like, um and the lighting, but I like it. I'm always trying to make it. I want my guests to be happy. I want it to be like how when I go to a comedy show,
Yeah,
you know.
indeed. I do know, and it's crazy. It's like beaches and the Nog is like night and day.
Oh, completely.
The Nog is more dirty and the beaches is more clean. And it's like
Yeah,
not in like in the environment form, but like in the
right.
joke form. Like you can get away with so much more stuff at the Nog, and it's just like, and I think that's what made me such a dirty comic, and like a clean
Just
dirty
being
comic.
at the Nog all the time.
Oh yeah, it's just like where I cut my teeth, and it's just like,
Yeah, sure.
and it,
Well, I'm not necessarily dirty, but I insinuate heavily. Um, I had tried, I've tried to write cleaner just to be able to get booked, more and stuff. I learned that lesson a few years back, but I still want to be dirty. I want to have a dirty show.
oh, it'd be
I want
fun
to
if
build
we did
it
that.
as an adults only dirty show, maybe for Valentine's Day.
That'd be fun.
So, and just warn everybody. I mean, what's the worst that can, don't say that. But, most of the shows are 18 and up anyway, but I want to bill it as a dirty show.
Oh yeah.
Most people, even like at Jackie's, I never really know how to describe it. Maybe you can help me describe it better. You don't have to be clean at Jackie's. You don't, you can't necessarily not be dirty. Cause anytime I'm at a show, and the comic is like, do you want to hear a clean joke or a dirty joke? They always want to hear a dirty joke.
No.
Um, I feel like for me as the host, I'm not going to be the first one up there telling dirty jokes. That's a proper like host feature headliner structure. It's a little looser at beaches, but I think Jackie's, they can handle it a little dirty. Beaches can handle it a little dirty, but I'm not sure how dirty. You know what I mean? We'll see.
Indeed. Like, cause
February, definitely, yeah.
yeah, I'm
So
super
shout
filled.
out to Beaches and Dr. Duva and Brittany and Tina, the manager, Tom, and all them. So I'm talking about you. Are you listening? So I don't know. Um, they're always trying to work, and that's what I like about. So for instance, when we moved to Jackie's, same thing, moving into Amici's, they have that beautiful facility and they wanted to use it. They need business. Same thing with beaches. They have a beautiful establishment there. They do everything they can to drum up business, you know. So I like, yes, let's do comedy night is a great way to bring people in. It's a $10 ticket. They're eating and they're drinking, and maybe they've never been there before, you know. So I like that aspect of it too. I think that comes from my sales background, being in advertising. But I don't know what would happen if I asked them if we did a little open mic contest.
I
I
mean,
don't know. I wonder if it would fly there.
they can, because then they can do like, well, it would be competing with like Madcaps and you know, because like it's so close to the
Well, I'm on
mate.
Thursdays,
Thursdays would be fine, yeah.
but if I did it on a Wednesday, people could probably make one or the other if I started it at 7:30 or
Yeah.
7. They could do their spot and, well, they wouldn't be there for judging. I don't know. I could work it out.
Yeah. I mean, Wyland's starting a room on a Tuesday, and so like the more rooms we have, the better in
Where is that?
Daytona. I don't know yet. He's
And
picking
who is?
Wyland, the blind guy.
Oh, good for him. Because I'm like, I keep saying we need something on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
I like to go up to Voussoir in Jacksonville.
Oh, same here. Yeah.
Yeah, you should go with Joe and I went last time. You should go with us next time. I'm
Okay.
trying to get up there once a month.
Yeah.
Maybe Joe will drive next time.
I'll drive us. I'm
Driving.
the safe
Joe,
driver.
yeah, that's fine. That'll work. Uh,
Okay.
I try to get up there once a month. So maybe more if we start carpooling together. But
Yeah.
where else would you go on a Tuesday?
I mean, there's
Oh,
pineapples, but it's a book show,
Copper
so.
Rocket is not too far into Orlando. That's on Tuesdays now. Copper Rocket? Why are you making that?
It's just not my cup of tea, I guess.
Oh, okay, why?
It's just
Do you
like,
go in there with your typical dirty stuff?
well, yeah, but like there's like so many like fights that break out, and it's just out of control.
Fights
Like
at
nobody pays
Copper
attention to it.
Rocket?
Yeah,
We did a show there one time. I've been there before.
I know.
We did
Just
a show with Joe Kimmel there one time. Fights between
yeah,
comedians or people?
both, I think.
Oh wow, I
Yeah,
didn't
and
know
like
that.
they battle the hecklers in like the worst way, and I'm like,
It's the place that has the cool tiki thing next door, right? Where
I
the room
may,
is interactive.
I think so. It's just like, I just don't go there. It's good for the hangs, but it's bad for the sets. Like it's a hell room.
Oh,
I'll be
that's
100%. It's like, but like
good for
I
the
would love it in my earlier days, but like and now that I'm 8 years in, I'm like I'm not gonna waste my time with hell rooms. I could waste my gas, my energy, my time.
Speaking of hell rooms, let's talk about Drunken Monkey.
Oh yeah, drunken monkey.
Okay, I want you to tell me your story about the first time you went to Drunken Monkey.
So, well, I can't remember, but it's been so long. I mean, they're picking it back up again, but I'm like, there's no stage there. And I'm like, give me a stage. Like,
So
I mean,
close.
it's just like you're standing in front of a couch. It's like
Yeah,
you're like a casting call
yeah.
for adult films.
I
It's
think we
like,
should put a. I feel like we should put a couch on the stage at the Nog.
really?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know. It might be funny. No,
Mm. I
no.
love the way it is. It's just like, it's just, you got more room to walk in. I mean,
Well,
like,
that's true. That's true.
yeah. All you need is a stool and a stage and a mic, and that's it. Everything else is just, I don't know. It's just, and my camera died there, and for my special that I filmed, and it's just
At
like,
the Drunken Monkey.
hmm
Oh, so it's coming back to you now that I'm making you think about it.
it's just like, and like people do their homework and they're trying to eat, and I'm like, I'm talking about glory holes and everything, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's how it is.
yeah,
Word
but
to the wise. So the first time I went over there, I was really new, and it was like only the second or third different place I'd been to. It might even have been the first mic I did in Orlando, period. But I think I was there for a dog show because we used to have it down Colonial Boulevard at the fairground, the old fairground place. And I knew it was there, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. And some of my friends from the dog show came, and it was just, I mean, I don't even remember my first jokes that I told. I mean, I do, but like, I remember going in there. and not being prepared for like how small it was and like how intimate and the couches, and I was like, okay, all right. And there were so many people. Now, first of all, it does look like there's so many people, but there were so many comics and they were all like just lined up. They roll like 35 people through there in a night.
Mhm.
And I didn't know anybody. I didn't know Soul. I mean, I dare say, was I the only woman there? No, Bailey and Sean were there. Bailey was there. I don't remember if there were that many females there at all, but um, I remember standing and waiting and getting bumped a couple times, which is just part of, who am I? Like, oh, fine, just give me my time. And I remember David Jolly came through the door. I think Vince was there. I don't know who else, but I was just like sitting there going, what am I doing? Like, what am I about to do? But, it's just doing it, just do it, and, but I laugh about, so now that I see that it's starting back up, I want to go back because I know I'll have a completely different experience, like a trip down memory lane.
Oh man, I
We
love the.
traveled down to open mics, didn't we? Open mics was great.
Oh yeah, the owner got mad at me because he thought I stole a table from a customer and I'm like, it didn't even say reserve on the table, and he thought I swore I put the reserve sign on there, and like we looked everywhere, there was nothing there, and he got mad at me because he thought I stole the seats, and I'm like, if there was a sign that said reserve, I would not sit there because I would be respectful, I would like be in the back somewhere, but now it's a totally different establishment, and it's just mixed signals.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a fun room though.
It was. But now, like, Pineapples is great and Beachside Retro is great. It's just
I
like,
haven't done Beachside Retro yet, so I do want
oh,
to do that. It's hard for me because well, I probably could just get on, what is it, a Friday showcase?
yep.
Who's doing that, because Jimmy's not here. Is it Eric in them?
I think so, it's Eric, because I saw his, like, logo on there, so both
Maybe
rooms.
I'll find out tonight. But I'm working with Eugene and Rafiq,
Oh, nice.
and I haven't seen Eugene in forever, so
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it. And I haven't really met Rafiq, although I feel like I know him because I listen to Chris's podcast faithfully, The Funny
Hmm.
Style. Do you
Yes,
listen?
I do. I listen to some that are.
I listen to it when I'm driving to airports and stuff, and I'm literally like talking back to the radio all the time. You know. So I'm listen to Rafiq all the time. I'm very looking forward to meeting him and working with him. And Corey
Oh,
Konak. He's from down south, and I haven't met him either. So I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool because Chris is the one that booked me, and so I'm looking forward to that. But they run rooms too. But yeah, I haven't done Beachside Retro. Would like to go down, and I haven't done Gregory's.
oh, wow.
And I'm like, I should be at very least hosting Gregory's or whatever. But I'm gonna try to swing by. Absar and Katrina Brown are at Gregory's this week, and I'm gonna try to swing. Do you know how far? Do you know? Have you been to the Cloud Parlor Speakeasy? It's a Kava place in Cocoa. Have you done that room?
Mm-mm.
Have you been to Gregory's?
I
Do you know
have
where
a.
yours is? You don't
Yeah,
know where?
Rudy threw me up there for a guest spot just because I was, like, right there.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
I'm.
like, whoa.
What I'm going to try to do, because I think they're within 10 minutes of each other or whatever. They're both on the coast in Cocoa, so um, because our show starts at 9, I think, right? Ooh, Michelle's going to take a nap and drink a 5-hour energy for sure. Um, swing by Gregory's, see Absar, and meet Katrina because she's coming. She's headlining Jackie's December 7th.
Oh, nice.
And Jackie loves her, has talked about her since I started comedy. So I'm like, I'd love to meet her. I might as well. I'm just swinging through and then go to my show.
You never know. They might throw you up there with a guest spot. Who knows?
I won't. I don't think I'll have time, will I?
Just do a quick five. Like,
Yeah, but we'll see.
yep. You never
You
know, because like Rudy was kind enough to throw me up there. I'm like,
know?
sweet. And then like the manager, the crowd is small, because it was like one of his first shows that he produced. But it was
Oh,
like, But when she came out there and she was like so surprised that I was a comic too, and she was
Oh
just like
yeah,
she just stood there and watched. Was like in amazement, and like
yeah.
Jimmy was filming me, and he goes, "Sreth, this is not your typical room. Like start off nice and
That's good. That's a good friend
easy,
there.
and then you
That's a
get
good friend.
dirty."
Yeah, that's a good friend.
Yeah,
I
he's a
feel
good
like
friend
people
because like
don't. Like
sometimes I
people.
scare people with my yeah my salt and
Did
pepper
you
joke.
have? Did you have the whole? Can you imagine if you showed up and you were in your whole Wu Manchu outfit with the mask?
Oh, they'd
Did
be like,
you?
how can he see your facial reactions? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I
did
don't
that as
know.
at retro for their mic once, and like because I was just trying to be goofy, and so um, like a couple of the guys were like, "This is the best set ever," and so I'm just releasing it as my Halloween special on the 31st. So
Oh
it was
yeah.
last year, so it was fun.
Okay. That's fun. Yeah,
Yep,
you do so much audio and video and all that. I need to learn more video stuff. I really, really do.
I can teach you
I mean, you learned that just because, I mean, with Clive and all that, like, was that, you've always, I feel like you came out of the womb with a camera.
pretty much. Well, not really. I mean, I just picked up a camera when I was a concert journalist in LA, for like while I was with Clive, and so that taught me to shoot without any flash. And
So you
so
would go to concerts and then you would write a story about being at the REO Speedwagon or whoever, wherever you were at. Or
pretty much.
you were probably at Slipknot and whoever, I don't know.
Oh yeah, Lamb of God, Cypress Hill, just
Yeah.
the list goes on. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
cool. And then you just automatically always had a camera with you.
Pretty much since like 2012.
So
Yep.
did you go to school for journalism?
I did. I majored in journalism.
Right. Cool.
That was my first experience interviewing and writing a review for a band called 303, and they did a song with like Katy Perry and stuff back in
Hmm.
the day. So
Cool.
it was a big deal.
Cool. Cool. Yeah, it is a big deal. As long as you were getting paid.
Yeah, I got paid $80 a year.
Yeah.
But it was like all the free concerts I can handle,
Yeah.
so it
Yeah.
evened out.
Well,
So
and in the end, it's invaluable experience, you know?
yeah,
Yeah. I look back, I can't like, I wish I had more. I have I'll find my memento boxes and every now I'll find like a bunch of concert tickets. I'm like, I really should just like, wish I had more because I don't know if I remember all of them, but I bet you have quite a list.
oh yeah, I have journals because I'm an old school journalist, and
Yeah.
so I taped it all in there, so it looks like
Oh,
my
good. Yeah.
a scrapbook pretty much with all my writing in it. So
Yeah.
it's nuts with all my press passes and everything.
That's
It's
cool.
wild.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah.
Um, and then how did you more like what was it? I don't think I know how you got on stage for the first time.
Oh, I dressed up as Wu Manchu at a Studio City cafe.
Oh, just was it open mic comedy night or was it a
Mhm.
Halloween party or no?
It was both. Well, it was like an all arts open mic, but I was so nervous I dressed up as my superhero alter ego, and then I went up, and then I did my five, switched to Rage Against the Machine shirt that I got from their show, and I came back in, and the host was like, "Hey, where did that superhero go? I need him to do 5 more minutes." And I'm like, "I
Oh,
don't know what you're talking about, dude. I'm his manager." And he goes, "You're pulling an Andy Kaufman on me, aren't you?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm
oh,
pulling an Andy Kaufman."
yeah.
Yeah, but that was the story, and then I started doing mics in my hometown in Colorado, in Pueblo, Colorado, and then like my festival happened because I took all my knowledge from Clive and the concerts, and
Uh-huh.
I channeled it to my hometown because I was tired of driving to Denver. It was just
Yeah.
like, it was a 2 hour drive. So
Yeah.
I read about all the local bands and interviewed all the local comics, and I said, hey, just need three bands, three comics, and they said we all went in on this, so it turned into a three
Oh,
night thing.
literally a light bulb just went off in my head. So let's talk about this because I like one thing that I've learned about being in the world
Uh
with it.
oh.
Uh-oh, what happened?
You're back. It just
Okay. Um, is um I like I don't want this to sound. I'm just saying I know what it's like to try to get stage time for myself. So, not that I'm giving people stage time, but when I'm booking people, I'm just like, yay, they're going to get to do, you know what I mean? And I love that you do that with the Sareth Fest. and you have it with music. So I've met some local musicians, and you know, there this one's like, we should do a show together, and I'm like, well, how does a music and comedy show go together? Who has like, what would that be like if you had a show and you had music and comedy together in one night?
Oh,
Which
it
one's
was.
better first? Which one's better later? Does it depend? Like,
I would say because like I've with experience, the 10 years experience,
mhm.
I put all the musicians first because
Okay.
sometimes the musicians have the same member in each band, so I put those two back to back. Right.
Oh, wait. So do you have comedians that are playing in bands?
Oh no, just regular musicians. Some like well like Scott Hooker and John Porter and Sam Ivy are both
Yeah.
musicians and comedians, so
Okay.
they have their own nights. But
Yes.
um but yeah, like when I do my fest in Colorado, I make sure like because I make a lot of noise, like so I put them like earlier, like before the comedy, and then like so that way the teardown is easier, the setup's easier, whatever. And then
You
yeah.
put do you put time in between for the band to take down their stuff, or does the comedian just come up with where the instruments are and stuff?
I let the bands tear down and set up, and then I book the comics at the very end because it's just easier that way. Because like when like I tried doing that, putting comics in between the bands, but like people are always moving things around and like doing sound check and it just ruins all
Okay,
the.
no, I misspoke. Let me repeat. If you had a show and you had a band play for an hour, then you would start comedy.
Yep,
But they do it on the same stage. You don't stop for the band to move their stuff. You just do it there.
pretty much. Yep.
So
I
you do like
mean,
a 2 hour show.
hmm yep. Because like
But to me, like you have to pay. To me, though, you have to have a bigger budget because you have to be able to pay the band.
that's true. But if they're all your buddies, they don't charge you that much.
Well, but it would also be a higher dollar ticket.
Yeah.
It would have to be like a $20 ticket at least. All right.
But if you get like sponsors involved or like, like your own family, your own circle or whatever,
Yeah.
and they help produce it, then you can just mark it down to zero and then everyone just comes out to the show. But
Yeah.
yeah.
That's true. Maybe we could chat about that sometime. Liquid, you got Liquid Death as your uh Sareth Fest
Oh
sponsor,
yeah. Well, I
right?
wish I could call my sponsors, but they were like they just
They
they're
sent
like
you a press kit with some stuff.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, they gave us like because like they don't want the term sponsors thrown around, so
Oh,
we're just like I totally don't blame them, and then I'm like so they just gave us koozies and they let us put
yeah.
their motto on the shirts and
I use
signs
it
and
on football day.
oh
I
nice.
was with Amy the other night. We went up to the Palm Coast Madcaps, and she had her hat.
Oh yeah, I gave her a
The
hat
fresh
because
hat. She loves it. She posted it today.
I did, yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
not today. I didn't check out earlier today, but
she posted it. A
uh,
picture with the hat on. She shouted you out, of course.
oh heck yeah, yeah. I gave
I
Ross McCoy a hat. I gave like Roy a hat and my
mm-hmm.
dad a hat. So they gave me
Yeah.
like 5 hats. But yeah, it,
Nice.
yeah. And then I'm all out of hats. I just have like a lot of koozies left over. So
Yeah, koozies are the thing I've been
yeah,
collecting lately.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. That's about it with me.
Heck yeah.
You? What do you have coming up next? That's
I'm taking it easy until like
good.
until January.
Okay, good.
Yeah. But
Good.
I just did Vooswar and like I'm like Scott needed me to reset the room,
Yeah,
because it was just like it was so wild on Tuesday.
it was
Uh,
wild. Like
yeah.
how so? The crowd or
Like this lady in the front kept on heckling and like they were trying to like, stop hey, we're doing a comedy show. This can wait. And she just kept on
oh,
going back and forth. And like Rob Ford went up there and just chewed her out. And then like the guy after was like bombed a little bit. And then
uh-huh.
and Scott like came up to me before my set. He goes, Seth, I need you to reset the room because I know you can. And I'm like, okay. And
What
so
did
I'm
you
like,
set it with? Glory hole
uh,
jokes?
yep, I did the salt and pepper joke first, and
Yeah.
because he goes, I want you to be like, I told him like, if in order for me to reset the room, because like everyone was responding to dirty jokes the whole night, they
Okay.
weren't responding to clean jokes. I'm like, I'm gonna go 100% full dirty, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I threw like some cute little Ninja Turtle jokes and stuff in there too, you know.
Let me
It's
slide a Ninja Turtle joke in between the Iron Maiden and a cream puff joke.
yeah. And so I did that, and he goes like, and usually like he goes, all right, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes, but if you're killing, I'll give you more time.
Right.
Uh,
Oh my
and
God.
then he gave me 10 minutes, and I'm like, and I got off
Oh,
stage.
that's nice.
Yeah, I'm like, hey Scott, you didn't give me the light, dude. Like he goes, no, you were just doing so great up there, and I'm
Yeah.
like, ah, crap. So I just ended with my giraffe joke, and then just left.
I know the giraffe joke. I don't know if I know the giraffe
You
joke.
know, the two giraffes sitting on the same tree joke.
No.
Oh, it's the double penetration joke. Cause
Oh, okay. Well, it makes sense. So
yeah,
now I have a visual in my head I don't know about. So, I love that really our fellow comedians are the only ones that we can talk like this to each other. You know what I mean? Like I have this I the last few mics I've been at, I've been doing my older stuff because I want to add it to some of my newer, when I'm putting my set together for tomorrow.
Mhm.
And I have a younger man joke about doing the shocker. And I was like, I walked up to like Joe and Murphy and whoever. I was like, hey, I was like, where's the thing? I was like, hey, what is the shocker symbol? And they're all like, and we're all standing out there. And who was it? Murph was like, just grab your ring finger. And they're looking at me like, what? And I'm like, it's for a joke. It's a shocker joke. Like, relax. X
yeah.
box, my box. It's that kind of joke. And then then this is like, you can relate to this. So maybe this, I know I'm not the only one. So then I'm like, I know the joke, but just because I want to add an act out and I'm trying to remember how to do this, I'm just in my head immediately. And then I'm even so far in my head, I'm like, okay, wait a minute. Which hand do I hold the microphone with? Okay, I got to do it with my left hand. And I can't do shit with my left hand. Oh, wait, there it is. Wait, see? No. So I feel like I'm doing a nanu, nanu, nanu. That would be a funny joke, though, actually. That was a different one. Have you heard of the shocker? Have you heard of the nanu, nanu? But anyway, so now I'm even contemplating that tomorrow night when I do I can do it. Oh, no, I can do it with my right hand. Anyway, but it's just the conversations we have. That's all there is to it.
Absolutely.
And then trying to work out, I will say this. Like, have you had any kind of like, because you're, what did you say, 8, 10 years?
Yeah.
You, motivation, of course, is a thing. I have notebooks and notebooks and notebooks of stuff I haven't even developed.
Wow.
So trying to just sit, make yourself stop your brain and whatever. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to do it every day, but I haven't been. I just haven't been. And sometimes material evolves organically. Um, Sometimes I'll write it in my phone and write some notes. I'm become a huge note card girl, and then I go from there. But I even again, I did it like a year ago, Sareth, a year ago, and then I even did it the other day because I was cleaning in the office, and I found some of my oldest books. I'm like, well, I'm keeping all of this forever, right? Like I'm gonna be Joan Rivers one day. But I'm writing, I'm keeping it, I'm looking, and I have countless notebooks full of clown stuff because it's a thing for me. I hate them. I've always hated them. And you probably have, well, I think it's people ask you, where does your material from? Did that really happen and stuff like that? And it's true. It really does. So I think now I'm at that. It's the most personal stuff I've ever written. Like you would think talking about, you know, getting ghosted by a guy in a wheelchair and stuff like that is like the most personal, but no. So I took me probably 2 years to even think, okay, I'm going to write this. because like having that fear and then like not having the healthiest relationship with your dad, and then when you're 50 years old finding out he was a clown, like what? So I'm like, I can't just go up there and say that, which is basically what I ended up saying. But the first time I went up to do it, I was at Voussoir, and I was shaking. I was visibly shaking, like I could feel the microphone and my legs shaking when I was telling it. And I'm like, oh, that was it, just clicked. Like, do you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, I gotta definitely going right at it. So now I can get up there and it's like a 5 minute bit. I still think it could be 10 times better than it is. I want to get it to where I get on the stool and I imitate a dunk tank clown and roast the audience, but I don't know if I'm brave enough, and I don't know if it's like, scary, like, but I'm finding that I just feel better about the whole situation altogether. My dad, clown. I'm not saying I like clowns or I'm getting a clown tattoo or anything like that, but I am not triggered so much by it anymore. I'm really not. And comedy did that for me,
That's
you
good.
know? So simple and weird, but it is very therapeutic. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. And I still don't know how to describe the joy it brings me to be in a room full of people and to hear them laughing. So we're just like we're angels of cheer is what we are. We're doing the Lord's work. We are making people laugh and forget about their problems.
100%.
Yes.
I agree. So that's why I love doing stand up. It's just like, just making people feel like, I, just talking dirty and just like personal experiences. It's just like
Yeah.
those where all my stories come from. It's like that nudie mag from that my mom tore up. Real story. She was
Yeah.
looking for a vitamin E thing, and
Right.
pow, it's just like,
Right. And that's the thing is, I'm sure you get, as a comedian, you do, when people come and talk to you afterward. I used to be so afraid of it, right? But I'm not now, because I realize, you know what? They don't have to say anything to you. You know what I mean? They could just leave. I mean, you were laughing if you know they were laughing if you noticed them in the audience, but like they can just leave. They don't have to come be, oh, thank you so much. You were so funny. We had a great time. But then they'll be like, oh, I hate clowns too. And they'll start telling you something. So I'm sure you've had plenty of people be like, oh, I got caught with a dirty magazine one time. Like, even though I'm a girl, I remember in Girl Scouts when we found a porn magazine in the woods. You know what I mean? I think that's a passage of childhood,
yeah,
part of all that. But it does relate. You could still relate to people. I mean, so, and I always say you can't be stressed or worry and laugh at the same time.
hmm yeah. This guy pulled me to the side at Reeswar. He goes, I loved your stand up because you talked about Citizen Kane. When I went to that adult bookstore, and
Yeah,
I love the fact that you talked about Animaniacs, the cartoon. Cause
right.
like
Like,
there's like the Wackos strip club up
yeah.
there. I'm like,
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
yeah,
There's a
there's
strip
a
club
Wacko. They have really good food there, I guess.
in Jacksonville.
hmm
No.
So I'm like, yeah, they have a Wackos up here. I wish Yakko and Dot had their own strip clubs out here.
Yeah, right.
And then goes, that was like the
Um,
cutest joke.
how about let's have a strip club with animation?
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah, AI 3D hologram strip club. That'd be
That'd
kind of
be
cool.
yes, yeah. There is a. I went to watch the football game with the two Seans, Murphy and Robbins, and like right afterwards, this guy gave me like this Molly Brown like
Yeah, because
you
it's
know.
across the street. That's where I watch football. Our
Oh
game is
really?
Sunday night. You want to come watch with us? It's Sunday night at 8:20. We're
Yeah,
playing the Philadelphia Eagles.
yeah. The Broncos play before that, so I can probably do both
Oh,
instead.
sorry. I forgot you were a Broncos fan.
I know, but they play at 4:25, and so right after that
Oh, yeah.
show, I can catch the Dolphins game. But you
Yeah.
watch it at the Oyster Pub?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
I
Yep.
must have just been out of town that time you were there or whatever. Yeah.
Indeed. Yeah, they love the Dolphins over there, and they give you free wings.
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
No.
Oh, well, that bites.
Like
When I
what?
went to the game, they
Is there
gave us
something
free.
I don't know about?
Well, when I went, they gave us free, and then I dropped like $50 on a ticket. I'm like, golly. And
Oh,
usually,
what the heck was that?
I bought a lot of food because I'm a
Oh yeah,
chunky
yeah, me
donkey.
too.
Yeah.
I know I have to like, I'm Ubering right now. I'm an Uber driver also in between. Um, Especially when I don't have any dog shows. I'm going next week, I'm going to Texas. But in between, mama needs money and it's Biketoberfest, so it's like, but I always find, it's helpful, but I'm like, okay. Today's Friday. I'm going out after this, and I was pretty busy last night, and I need money so I can pay for wings and beer on Sunday during the football game. So yeah,
There,
well, it's one thing when you go out every Sunday to watch football, but it's like my thing. I can't. I love it. So,
indeed. Awesome.
um,
I know we're supposed to stay an hour, but I forgot to there's like two more parts to the interview, so may
oh, there
keep
is.
yeah,
Okay.
may keep you.
Oh yeah. What part? What other part is there of
Oh, I just
the?
wanted to see if how your answers changed from the first time I interviewed you for my
Oh
channel.
God. Okay. Yeah. All right. Cool.
So, with that being said, what inspired you to perform stand-up comedy?
I would say a girlfriend, a dare. How about a dare? It should
Sounds
be
good.
dare.
Awesome. And what was the feeling like when you first performed stand-up?
Say it again.
What was the feeling like when you first performed stand-up?
It was like an out of body experience because I was just trying to audibly think of what I was going to say at the same time I was saying it. And I don't even know if I made eye contact with anybody.
Indeed. And we got a viewer in the audience, so if you'd like, you can interact in the chat and but be nice to us. I always got to give them the fair warning.
Who's the viewer? Is there a name there?
No, it just says one.
Yes.
There's an eyeball and there's like a number. And
Oh,
yep,
okay. I wonder if it's somebody I know.
yeah, they left though, but it happens.
They're like, oh, no, not for me.
Indeed.
Who is that dude? Woo man. No.
I
Um,
wish we're never in the same place at the same. It could have been.
yeah,
Um,
true. It could have
yeah,
been.
yeah,
Okay, so all right, out of body experience. Yeah.
awesome. And what are your favorite comedy specials and comedy record albums?
I mean, I would say Delirious was one of the ones I grew up watching. And there is a documentary that is called Dying Laughing.
Yeah,
It's on Prime. And I discovered that, like, I found that like 5 or 6 years ago. I still watch it often. It's very inspiring. And I think it's really gives a better feel or like genuine vibe of how comedy can be like. Um, and I think it would be cool if we did our own in Florida, a
yeah.
little documentary, but I don't know how to get that done. I love anything Jim Gaffigan. Um, I'm so bad with names. Why can't I? Leanne Morgan. I can't think of the name of her Netflix special. Nate Bargatze. I like a lot of them. I love Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock. I can't really name my favorites. My huge comedy inspiration, though, if we want to talk about that, which I don't think I said this because I was so like shell shocked, but it has to go back to Lucille Ball and Gilda Radner, hands down. Because I like grew up on I Love Lucy, but I was born on the same day as Lucille Ball.
Awesome.
My birthday is August 6th. So for 3 years now, talk about procrastination and goals. And um, I've been saying my birthday week, which is her same birthday week, I is now where the National Comedy Museum is in Jamestown, New York, in her hometown. And the Hall of Fame, and it's a huge festival, comedy festival now. I want to submit, I want to perform, I want to go in the library. They just got all of Joan Rivers' jokes. are on display now. It's like over 4,000 of them or something, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. So Lucille Ball, Gilda Radner, definitely huge. Lily Tomlin. Um, but I like almost all of it, really. I guess when we go back to like talking about finding our voice and stuff, I'm always definitely branching out now that I'm more confident and comfortable. More like with I like to watch people that do different voice inflections and act outs, and just even the way they may pace the stage or stand in a certain spot to use it for emphasis. And so I'm all into that right now. So we'll see. But um I don't know if any of my answers are the same or not, but
Hey, we can always go back 'cause it's always gonna be there. But
yeah.
yeah, I want to do that. That that comedy museum festival too. I mean, I saw that. I'm like, this is pretty mind blowing. And
And they have
um,
major headliners. David Spade, Margaret Cho was there this summer, like so that would be
wow,
just cool to be in the environment. And then they have like side shows where they have like a festival. And that's the other thing I want to start doing. I want to submit to Laughing Skull and Asheville.
heck yeah,
Those are on my radar.
that's the way to go.
To do them.
And so,
Just to do them.
oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do their sign up for their open mic at the Laughing Skull because I'm gonna go to Atlanta. I think January and February, and
Okay.
so I'll see if I can submit two of them. And because I'm gonna go, I want to go on tour in February to the
Mm,
Bible Belt, but just like the progressive cities in the Bible Belt,
well, no
and
shit.
yeah, because I'm just like I'm gonna go to hell for these jokes, that's for
Yeah.
sure. So.
Yeah.
So, let's see here, but yeah, I mean, if you need help with that documentary, like, I use myself as
I'm
the
just
the.
saying it was a good idea. Like who's gonna do it? Like, I don't know.
I mean, I did
I
mine
think
was
they
like,
started one down south, didn't they? Jackie Sanchez
mhm,
down
yeah,
in down there
she's a
has
big
something going on.
deal. I see her name everywhere, so
Yeah, I have to get they're on my list to watch. And I want because I need that's the other thing. I need to put this out in the universe in case anybody's watching. I need some female comics. With having only two shows a month at Jackie's, um, the list is long. I'm already booked through May of 2024,
wow, that's
which
a
I didn't
lot.
do. And I had already been booked out through the end of December. And then, people are reaching out and you're like, I'm booked through December. Well, when can I send my evals? And I'll be like, send them to me in November or December. And then a few weeks ago, Jackie will, I have to, I mean, even though I do it all, Jackie's still like my boss. And if Jackie says, this guy, and this guy, book them for January, February, March, I have, you know what I mean? So, and then it just ended up, boom, here I am. But I'm working on my features, but I don't have enough females.
Wow,
And you can't really repeat them that much when you're only twice a month. You know what I mean? So I need some, but I want to see if Jackie will come up and feature some of those girls down there because I need some more females.
yep. Have you gotten Rue Nafasat on there?
Who is it?
Rue Nafasat?
No.
You need to get
Does
her.
she have 25, 30 minutes of time?
I think so. I've only seen her do 10 minutes, but I don't know if she has that amount of
Okay.
time. But like all the like I try to even out like the men and the women, and like well like all genders. I'll say all genders, so I don't get
Yeah.
because I've worked with trans folks too, like last year and this year. I'm not I bring everyone in.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
Yep, and so yeah, I include all genders. I try to like even it out as much as I can. So even the ones on the fest, like those are the ones that I got my stamp of approval for, that
Yeah.
show up in due time, and and they actually show up. It's like
Yeah.
yeah. So
Do you
yeah, I'll
have a lot
send
of people that don't show up?
um rarely
Oh,
they
okay.
they cancel them on me at the last minute. I'm like, all right, the ink's dry. You're not
Oh,
coming
yeah.
back. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. But
Mm.
yeah, because I put so much into these babies, and for them to like be like, you know, I
Yeah.
don't know. It just makes me so upset because like you put
Right.
in so much, you put so much time and effort
Right.
into the promoting, making sure
Mm-hmm.
everything's like crossing your I's and T's, and then they back out last minute. I'm like, oh
Right.
hell.
Well, at the same time, I do know things happen, but
Hmm.
I hate when you talk about that. I absolutely, the only thing I don't like about the business is having to tell someone I screwed up, I double booked. Oh, it's the worst feeling ever.
It is. Yep. And the no call no shows
You
too.
do
They're
immediately
just
try to rebook them on something else, but like if you don't have anything for 2 months down the road, it's just, oh, it's the worst thing. And some people are like, I get it, I do it too. It happens to me. It happens. I'm like, but I don't like that.
yeah.
Why is that sticking straight up
And
on
that's why I only do two festivals a year that I book, and I
well,
really
it? One is enough.
yeah, that's true.
Is it 3 or 4 days when you're in Pueblo?
Yeah, pretty much. But we're
Yeah.
gonna do like 2 nights instead. Um, like there's gonna be a new venue that's opening up in downtown. So I'll have like the heavier bands at the bomb shelter, and then we'll see what the whole layout looks like in the new venue.
Yeah.
Because I'm only getting like 2 days at the bomb shelter because last year was like 3 nights and it was just like whoa, it was
Too much.
bonkers.
It
Yeah.
was too much.
Yep, because like the neighbors, it's in a neighborhood, so like the neighbors kind of got mad because like all the metal bands are just going bonkers.
Oh, well, for sure.
Yeah,
In a
so that's
crowd?
why I put all the metal bands and the musicians in the beginning, and then when it's
Yeah.
like or 11 at night or some 9 or 10, it's like the comedians they're quieter. There's
Yeah.
not a lot of instruments going off,
Right.
so yeah, you got to pay attention to the noise ordinances for sure.
True. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because
Yeah.
like it's gonna be like bike week like for the entire time because it's all those guitars and bass and mosh pits and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking, it was pretty busy last night on A1A and down Main Street and all that with the
Oh
bike.
yeah.
And up here, up US 1 by the Iron Horse, that strip. I can
Mm-hmm.
actually hear it from my house
Ugh.
because I feel like they take Airport Road because they don't have to get on the highway and it goes right to Harley Davidson. And then if you go right, it goes right down through Iron Horse and all that. And I remember being just watching TV and being like, is that, and turning the TV on mute. And I'm like, that's the like incandescent noise from the bikes,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yep.
But when you grow up here, you're used to it, you know.
Indeed. How long is Biketoberfest happening till?
Sunday.
Oh, okay, so it's short then.
Yeah. It's like a 4-day bike week.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Because I saw them setting up on Wednesday when I was driving through Ormond,
Yes. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so
Sure.
that's
Where
good.
people set up that Main Street was hopping a little bit on Wednesday night because when I was on my way to the Nog, I was off on Peninsula,
Mm,
and they I mean, so hopefully it'll be fun. I'm not going to be here tomorrow night because I'm going to be down in Cocoa, so I might miss some of the craziness. But
mm,
what's weird to me is I notice like it happens overnight. Number one, and then even Wednesday when I was on A1, I was like, I never remember them putting like food carts and hot dog stands on the corner
mhm.
out there by Main Street and A1A. I'm like, okay, how'd you get that vendor license? That's
Yeah,
pretty genius, actually.
yeah,
You know,
for sure.
as long
I
as
mean,
everybody's safe and nobody gets hurt. Oh, and Seabreeze homecoming is today, so that
mm,
football game is tonight. So
for sure.
yeah,
Yep. It's good to be out of town when that's happening because, like, you don't have to deal with the noise that much and stuff. So,
yeah.
but I don't know, like, Jenny, like, lives, like,
Oh
near
yeah,
A1A.
hard.
Yeah.
I see her on her bicycle all the time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Yeah. She goes, it drives me nuts. And plus, like, the DJs on this at the Streamline drive me nuts. It's just like, oh, you poor thing.
yeah.
Hmm. But, all right. So, like, Lucille Ball and everything, and Chappelle, and a couple that you've named have been on TV and film. So, what's your favorite sitcom sketch shows and comedy films?
I love The Money Pit is one of my all-time favorite comedy movies. I love The Heat, and of course, I Love Lucy. Um, God, there's so many funny films. Old School with Will Ferrell and all that is one of my favorites. Dude, Where's My Car? I don't know.
And
That's
sketch
it.
shows.
Shows. Schitt's Creek. New Girl. I watch a lot of reality TV, but as far as funny, New Girl, Schitt's Creek. And I loved Disjointed. I don't know if you ever watched it. It was on Netflix. Kathy Bates. And it was, so I grew up on that old sitcom style, you know. It was filmed like that. And it's with Kathy Bates, and it was like a weed shop. She played the mom and the son. They ran this weed shop. And it was really campy with like canned laughter and stuff, but I loved it. So I thought it was funny.
Mm. And sketch shows. Like
Oh, SNL. Hello.
yeah, just
There is no other. There is no other. Well, In Living Color, of course,
mhm.
for sure. But SNL.
Yeah, they got that longevity going for them. So
I mean, I used to sneak out into the living room and turn the TV on for SNL when I was younger. And it was, I'm talking elementary school age, but it was Dan Aykroyd, Jane Curtin, Gilda Radner. It was back then. It's like now when you watch it, it looks like it was almost in black and white, but um, I'm a huge SNL fan. And I don't know anything else beside in Living Color, of course.
indeed, two snaps in a Z formation.
Jim Carrey. That's when we all discovered Jim Carrey, basically. I mean, so many.
For sure.
I loved Fire Marshal Bill. That was my thing, was Fire Marshal Bill.
Same here.
And Homie the Clown was funny to me too.
Indeed, with a
Yeah.
sock.
Even though I hated clowns, that was the only, I was like, okay, I can tolerate Homie the Clown.
Indeed, good
Oh.
stuff. His brother Sean's gonna be at the Comedy Zone in Jacksonville coming
Is
up.
he?
Mm-hmm.
When?
Sometime in November.
I should look at that. I know
Mm-hmm.
somebody was up there recently and I couldn't make it, but I don't know. It's weird to spend a whole ton of money for comedy shows, isn't it? When
Yeah,
you
I
know you charge people, but like I think I looked. I wanted to go see Chappelle, and I'm just like I can't spend the money right now. I can't.
true. I mean, it's like I got it's they range from like $50 to like a couple hundred. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it's just so. There's my comedy friend's gonna be in town next week, in Tampa. His name's Sam Talent, and he's holy moly. I saw him live at the High Plains Comedy Festival. I'm like,
Uh
this
huh.
guy is so good, and the tickets are only $22.
Where are they going to be? Tampa Improv.
Side splitters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know Ginger. She's over at Side Splitters a lot.
Oh yeah, Ginger. I've been meaning to reach out to her because she told me to reach out if I got anything, which I don't. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
So
she'd probably love to do this.
yeah, I'll do this with her, but like she meant like actual shows. Because
Oh
I'm like,
yeah,
yep.
yeah,
I'm like I used to love putting on weekly and monthly shows, but I'm like it's just too much work.
yeah.
So that's why I stuck with the two festivals. I'm like I'm gonna just be in my lane, play my
Yeah.
role,
Right,
and
right, right. Like I have the two, and sometimes people are like, "Well, Michelle, we need another," and I'm like, I have enough.
yeah, exactly.
I'm
Two is
good."
enough. Two is
Mhm.
enough. Yeah, indeed. And
Yeah.
like, cause
Which
you
is
got
turns into 3 shows a month
yeah,
that you're doing all of that for, all the graphic design, all the email, all the marketing, all the prep. So
mhm, most definitely.
it's enough.
And they
It'd
got
be nice
like
if you got, if it was like, if you got paid. If you got paid like you were a doctor, it would be nice.
yeah, big time for sure.
But it is gas money and food and cell phone.
Promotion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it never ends.
Lotion? Did you just say lotion?
No promotion.
Oh. It's lotion money. It's lotion.
It sounds so dirty, like lotion promotion.
That would be funny. Company name though for marketing.
Yeah, that's true. That is really true.
You want to join my agency? Lotion Promotion.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
And
all right. So are we good? I think it's 2:30.
yeah, we'll do like a lightning because there's like a lightning round because like it's just quicker. So we
Okay.
won't go into descriptions, but
All
all right.
right.
And so lightning round. If you can if you can go on tour with any local comic or international comic, which comics would you like to go on tour with?
Leanne Morgan, Nate Bargatze.
Awesome. And if you can get roast
Local
by, oh yeah, local.
locals. Oh, I would love to go with Johnny Mac or Al Ernst.
Oh, awesome. And if you can get roasted by five comedians, top five that are alive, which comics would you like to get roasted by?
Robin Williams, George Carlin, Gilbert Godfrey, Bob Saget, Bobcat Goldthwait.
Awesome. And where do you see your comedy journey in the next 5 years?
Featuring an opening for headliners, traveling, and a festival or two.
Awesome. And what do you which other forms of comedy would you like to venture off into, like improv, sketch, comedy writing, acting, directing, etc.?
I would like to do some voice work. I would like to get into some voice acting work.
Awesome. And what is your favorite joke a comic has written?
Oh, Stephen Wright.
Awesome. He
Do
has
you
a
want
lot.
to tell the joke?
Yeah, sure.
When I was younger, we had a female dog. I don't really know why, but she had two vaginas. We named her Snatches.
Oh, jeez. And then what experience would you like your audience to take with them after a set is over?
I just want them to be really happy and still laughing about it in the car on the way home. I want them to go to bed with a smile on their face and not thinking about something they have to worry about tomorrow.
Awesome. So this is the stand-up speakeasy, and it's a secret society of stand-up comics. And which comics, five comics, would you like to see on a future episode of the stand-up speakeasy?
Oh, okay, let's do Ginger Kelly, Christy B. You've probably had some of these people already. You already had. Did you already have Lisa Rod Davis?
Mm-mm.
Um, Ken Miller, and God, there's so many. Let me think. Let me think. Hang on. I want to pick somebody local. Roy Shepard.
Awesome. And plug your shows once again so people can go see you live.
Okay, my next show is Jackie Knights. October. Can I show the thing?
Maybe. Hopefully the camera picks it up, but if
That's what
not,
I'm
just
saying. Let me see if it works. It should be right here because it's all I do is post this shit all day long. La 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 la. October 26th at Jackie Knights with headliner Tony Black. Does that show?
bring it closer to the. There it is. Yeah, it shows. So Tony Black and
And
Donald Evans.
last year's Florida's Funniest, Donald Evans.
Hmm.
We're going to do, we're benefiting Comics Crushing Cancer. There will be a 50-50 raffle. And then I am so excited about my Beaches show in November is on Thursday, November 9th with Sitha the comic. And we'll have Joe Leveche. No, and I'm so bad at
Brian Milligan.
Brian Milligan, Sitha the
Awesome.
comic. And those tickets are up right now on Eventbrite. And in December, we're going to do a Toys for Tots drive. I'm excited about that. Um,
Fantastic.
yeah. So, and you can follow all the shows and see anytime we have all of our shows up through the end of the year. And we're doing a New Year's show. I'm really looking. Normally, I'm like, I don't want to do a show on New Year's Eve, but New Year's Eve is on a Sunday, and so we're doing a Saturday night show in St. Augustine. And we have Mike Rivera, the from the Board Teachers Tour, America's Most Hilarious teacher with Lisa Rod Davis could be a great show. So I got lots of stuff to look forward to.
Heck
Keep plug-
yeah.
keep plugging. Thank you for doing this.
You're welcome. And so
Great
follow Michelle
giving.
on Instagram, TikTok, and donate to her Venmo, and
Yeah.
to keep updated with all her shows.
Yes.
Awesome.
Fun,
Thanks,
fun.
Michelle. Is there any final words you'd like to give out to the audience at home?
Find something funny in even the hardest things.
Fantastic. Alrighty, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the Stand Speakeasy. I'm your host, Sareth Ney, and for Michelle Keefe.